Hey guys, this is Trading Hermit with my fourth video, and today's video is going to be about how overtrading kills our account. So the structure of the video is going to be the same, that I'll tell you about one aspect that you need to be working on in your trading journey, and then one trade that I did today. So yeah, beginning with how overtrading can kill your account and you won't even know. So what is overtrading? Overtrading is basically when you feel obliged to trade, that you're just watching the screen, you see even a slightest of move and you think that you need to jump on it and you need to catch every single move that is happening in the market. That is when overtrading happens. Basically, you need to devise a plan that in one day I will be making two trades or three trades or at max four trades a day, because then you will be working on quality setups. Like in trading language you can say A grade setups. We will not be working on B and C grade setups, that you see a slight dip and you just go all in. No, that is not how you trade. So, what is the reason that people overtrade? What are the reasons? First reason, when we take trading as a profession, a full time profession, we don't have anything else to be working on. But that ain't the truth. You should invest yourself in multiple things at one time. Trading and watching the charts, it should be one aspect of your trading journey. It shouldn't be all of it. You should be reading, you should be listening to what other traders are doing, what real traders are doing out there. You should be listening to them. That is what you can do. You can read something out of your syllabus, out of your trading syllabus. You can read about finance, you can read about some uh, news article, that anything that is happening around the world, that you can do. So first thing is, you're watching the screen, you're getting bored, you just think that, oh, I can trade. But just because you can trade doesn't mean you should. Everyone can trade. I mean, even if you would put a monkey right beside me and he can push in buttons in the system and he can get into a trade, but that doesn't mean he knows how to trade. Even if you know how to trade, you should know what trade is the best for you, what is an A grade setup that you should be getting into. So first thing is, because you think the market is open, I don't have anything else to do, I have done my trade, I have already booked the profit, but what if I can make this day even better? That is where you start losing. A day is good, you end up in green, that is where you close your setup. There's definite risk appetite, there's a definite profit appetite that you should have every single day. Before you even open your setup, you should have that in your mind, according to your capital size, according to your position size, that if I make this much money, if I make this much return, I will close my setup for the day and I'll finish my day there. But people, they never actually do that, never actually follow that. That is where they miss, uh, and then they think that I want to catch every single trade out there. But that's not how you do it. You do your trade, you get out of the market. No matter how much the market is moving, you cannot catch every single move. That is not for you to do. You are a trader. You just make your move, you catch your trade, you do your trade, and then you're out of the market. That is how you do it. You shouldn't be like, oh, if it is falling, I'll take a short trade. It starts rising, I'll take another long. No, that is not how you should be doing it. One trade, two trade per session. If you're talking about forex, per session, one trade is the max you should be doing. And for the whole day we're talking about, I would really recommend, put a cap at three trades a day. More than three, you shouldn't be doing. As a beginner, I would suggest two, not more than two. Two trades a day, and you'll see the difference. Over trading would kill your account and you won't even know it. So, that is what you should be working upon. Uh, what else is there? Yeah, we overtrade also because we don't want to miss out on the action. FOMO and impatience is what gets us into some very lousy trades. If we think that, oh, this is going to be a very great long and I shouldn't miss out on it, and I just get into it before there is a clear sign of reversal if it is falling. And before you to get into it, you should have all the signs of reversal. You should have your perfect retest. You should have your clear setup there before you get into a trade. FOMO, impatience, you shouldn't let your emotions lead you into the trade. Not these two, at least. That. Yeah, so that was it. Overtrading, we should not be doing it. Cap yourself at 2 trades a day. Good trade, bad trade, no matter what. But yeah, 2 trades a day, you will see the difference over time. Do it for a month, and you will see that if you are capping yourself for 2 trades a day, you will see that your capital is being preserved. I'll again repeat the same thing. If you can trade, doesn't mean you should trade. So yeah, even if the market is right in front of you, you're sitting in front of the screen, do not think that if you're in the trade, that is only when your chart trading hours are being counted. No, even if you're out of trade and you're watching the market move, not making a move is the hardest thing to do. And if you learn that, you're halfway there. So yeah. So next thing, what trade did I do today? Again, I did a trade in gold, and I again starting with the fundamentals. I saw that USD was trying to reclaim 9850, but it could not because this Fed drama unraveled. The Fed, the meeting, FOMC meeting happened, but there wasn't a clear sign of if there's going to be a rate cut or not. So that happened, and then dollar was slipping the moment I opened the market at 6 p.m. around 6 p.m. Before 6 p.m. I do it because again US session. The best time to trade in forex or gold is 6 to 7:30 p.m. period. So I got into the market and I saw what was happening, and the market was in clear higher highs after taking a dip to 48.80, and then it was trying to reclaim 43.50, but it could not do it in the previous 2 tries, and it was making clear higher highs. And then when I looked at other fundamentals, when I saw that China was again trying to make a move against US, and Taiwan was distorted on its own the decision of having an arms deal with US, and the opposition was trying to scrap the deal, but all of those things were happening, and that was not a good sign for gold. And also that the stock markets around the globe weren't actually performing very well for the day. So that was also one clue. And dollar was taking a very steep dip. That is why I was like, now's the time for gold to go higher, and it will try to reclaim 43.50. So I got into a trade at 4308. It was making continuous highs in one go only. It was a very sharp move up from 4300 to 4320. But I was very clear that it has to come back to get some support at 4310 or odd levels of 4308. That is when it will start going up with more power just in the US session beginning. So I waited, and it took, I guess, half an hour. I had to sit and wait for half an hour for the candle to form. It just hit 4309. It hit. So I got in around 4311. I got in at, and that was when a mother baby candle was formed. There was a bullish reversal sign. That is when I entered the trade, and I exited at the first halt, because I personally don't like to follow to the second or third targets when fundamentals are not very rich on my side. The technicals were also not, the higher time frame was giving a very bearish sign, but this was a small trade. But again, I entered at 11 and I exited at 24. So basically $13 trade, and I had my stop loss below 43.05. So 3 is to 13, that'll be like 1 is to 3, 1 is to 4 our trade, which is very nice. So I closed my system right there because that was a nice trade that I made. So that was my trade today. My entry was based on fundamentals and then technicals, and my exit was based basically on technicals, because technically on higher time frame it was a bearish sign, but it was scalp on the longer side. So I took the trade and I exited at the very first halt. It went up higher, it touched 43.50, but that is not for me to take. I was there to take a decent trade, a decent scalp I made there, and that is where I exited. So I could have gotten into a trade again, but that is what I shouldn't be doing. Over trading is something that we all should not be doing. So yeah, that was my trade today. That was my day, and that is it for the video. Thank you so much. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.